Mike Kendra Show today with Brian Cook and Kendra Cox with Keller Williams Realty Elite. And we have a special guest today, Jeramie Johnson. And we're going to be talking about security systems and smart homes and all that fun stuff.
Vivint smart homes.
Yes.
All right, so this is kind of last minute, so I was not super prepared. So part of me was like, here's how this is going to go down. Go ahead, just try to sell me a security system. You ready?
Why would you want a security system?
I'm asking you.
Well, you called me.
No, I didn't. That was Brian.
Yes.
Okay, so first things first, but for real, legitimately. So we're looking at all these figures that I really think are national. But it says every 13 seconds a home burglary takes place, which ends up being 6,000 a day. That's a lot.
Wow.
Okay, so but every 13 seconds, I'm sure Woodward is not that much for home burglary, but things do happen. Like Woodward's a little bit crazier than what we recognize. Is that right?
It can be. Yeah, it can be.
We don't like to say it either because we're all about Woodward and we're always like, discover Woodward. Because, I mean,
Right.
we did a discoverwoodward.com video this morning, and we love where we live. We have a great community and really probably relatively low crime, but we still have crime, right?
We do, and it's not exceptionally bad, but it's when you least expect it, and it's in the least expecting areas. Bicycles being stolen,
Right.
and people wanting cameras to watch their bicycles. Vehicles getting broken into, people just going by and touch and go,
Yeah.
cameras to take care of that. So yeah, I mean, it's not real big crime that I've seen, but it is
But
smaller petty crimes.
I had I had two vehicles broken into, and I was actually in a nicer neighborhood than I am now, which is kind of funny to me. So, I mean, things happen. That was been a couple of years, but things happen.
Right, and a lot of people also get trusting,
Yes.
and they don't think they should lock their vehicles because they live in a nice neighborhood,
Right.
this and that, and you might be surprised because they do target those nicer neighborhoods.
Right.
So.
Okay, so funny story. We just haven't shared this, I don't think, because this is the benefit of a home security system. I know it's awful. I'm blushing, just in case you wondered on air. So a couple weeks ago, had to leave town. My grandmother passed away, and we had to go to her service, and so we were kind of rushing around, and I was being a bossy mother. And like legitimately a bossy mom, like I'm a mom and I was being bossy. I know it's weird. Anyway, like we had to make 2 or 3 trips back to the house before we actually left town because my head was just not in the game. So we go to the house last time, we get back in the car, we run to the city, we come home the next day, garage door wide open. I left the garage door open from 10 o'clock Friday morning until about 8 o'clock Saturday night. Totally did that.
Thanks for that.
Okay, so this is the benefit. Carrick's eyes are as big as saucers right now. Like, oh geez, Kendra cannot be in charge of her own home. I totally agree. I've asked my daughter to take over. So here's the deal. If I had had a home security system, would I have had an alert that said, hey lady, close your garage?
It wouldn't have came right out and alerted you. It would have when you armed the system. It would have let you know that you had a door
I wouldn't have
open.
been able to alarm the system, right?
Correct, because it would give you the option to
Your words
bypass
real
that sensor or not. So
Yeah,
yes.
so totally would have saved me. So
But the
then,
automation part of the deal, you can probably add on a garage door.
that
Or
closes.
garage door controller, and you could close that garage door from wherever you were.
Yours closes automatically, doesn't
After
it?
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
We said it, if it's not.
And those are different actions that you can take on the app.
So, little fantasticness that I obviously need to consider. I know it's awesome.
Yeah, we had a ball while she was gone. She can't know. We took all the way above all our keys.
There you go.
No, you're
Next time I would.
hey, who wants to go in and check the house, y'all? All right, good thing my daughter's sober. Just kidding, I really did it. I mean, all of us holding hands. Okay, my kids are 20 and 21, just in case you're like, you sent your 10-year-old in?
Right.
No, I did not. I did not. Okay, so so obviously that's like this big huge thing to me, like just the automation part that I can have this app in my hand and be able to from anywhere. And that's been really helpful in our business, even with sellers who
Right.
say, yeah, here, let me unlock the door for you real quick.
Right.
So, okay, so,
Or
here's...
some of them that if you've left the door open.
What?
Get back to the office.
Not me.
I mean, the door needs adjusted or something. It wasn't our fault.
It's never your fault.
The guy who has the keys in his pocket still from some house 3 days ago.
Oh, that's where those went. Yeah, thanks Ashley for pointing that out. Okay, so, what's next? So let's talk about this, fire protection.
So more than just security, of course, we have fire, like you have some type of,
Right, we have smoke detectors. They cover more than just smoke. It's smoke, heat, and freeze. Smoke, for smoke. Heat, like if it's a true fire that's right there, it'll detect that. Freeze as well. So say for instance, if your roof blew off or something like that, you can have that option. Or if the hot water heater, if it's close to the hot water heater, bursts or something like that, changes temperature drastically. It'll detect that too, and we can also take those features off too. You can adjust, you can program that sensor to whatever features you want. So if you don't need the freeze, like if somebody mounted it closer to the air conditioner vent and it gets cold real fast, it'll set the alarm off. Well, if we need to take that off, we can take it off.
Okay, it took me a minute to even catch on to where we were going with this. I got stuck with the roof blowing off, and I'm like, dude, the security system's the least of your problem.
We are in Northwest Oklahoma, so.
But I mean, that's a really cool feature. So if I'm gone for the weekend, my furnace breaks, and we've got these horrible, crazy, negative chill winters.
Right.
Like we have, so that would be fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, I've lived through that once too.
Yes.
so that being said, even so you discussed water heater bursting. You have water sensors.
We also have water sensors as well. So like if your basement floods or something, you can get those water sensors, and it'll let you know when it'll set the alarm off when you have a water main break or something like that. Leaking faucets, something like that underneath the sink.
And I don't know if you have it.
Like the wheels are so turning.
I know. I was at Lowe's the other day, and they have a water valve, automated water valve, whole house water valve.
You shut the house off.
Shut the whole water off of the whole house.
Right.
Do you have that?
No, we don't.
Oh, sorry.
You'd have to be a plumber to add it.
Right.
Oh,
But it's all part of the automation of why you would have security systems and why you'd have automated systems.
Okay, I gotta know how this works.
Oh man.
So
I got some cool
you
stuff.
put it on the floor, and then if the floor gets wet, then it sends.
So
Correct. If it gets so far and it hits the water hits those sensors.
Yeah.
It'll give you an alert. Yes.
That's stinking awesome.
Yeah, and the other one is it's a meter type deal. So if the water, like you said, hey, I'm away, and if the water trickles, it alerts you.
Right.
Says it's using this many gallons a minute. You can shut it off.
Wow. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting smart.
Yeah.
We are getting smart.
home.
I was super excited though that we're talking about fire protection, and this time it had nothing to do with my cooking.
Well, it could. You never know.
That's why we set the sensitivity of the smoke alarms away from the kitchen.
And when I install a security system, I really kind of harp on that because that
cooking?
weighs on my well, it depends.
Rude.
Never had it, so. That weighs on my conscience because if I don't offer a family or even a single person's home or something like that, something were to happen, and I didn't offer them the smoke fire protection,
Absolutely.
that's on my conscience. Because I've had several people, even in Woodward, that have come up to me and said that our smoke detectors woke them up, got them out of the house, saved half the house because it calls the fire department out for them. So that kind of made me feel a little bit better about what I'm a part of here.
Absolutely.
So
It is a bigger picture, isn't it?
yes.
I mean, because in the past, like I have only thought of security systems in the terms of burglaries, and that's not as common. But the things we're talking about now, man, those things you can't guess, and they're significant and serious.
Right. I mean, for the most part, at least what do we offer? The possibility is endless. It's all determining on what the customer wants. So
Right. And we kind of jumped right into it. So I want to back up just a minute. What is your terms? I mean, what is your title?
I'm a smart home pro. So
That's
what that
awesome.
means, I install, sell, and communicate with the customer. So I take care of all this area. So
So I had some customers moving in from Mississippi and then some leaving the area, and they had a Vivint home system. And I was like, I have no idea, just call this guy.
yep, they called me right up. The one that's moving here, I've got them taken care of. They'll be taken care of this Friday. The one moving, took care of them, and they got their system pulled, and they're on their way. So
Awesome.
Yep, so it's good. Sometimes having the local guy, and this is what I
Without a doubt.
is sometimes when they get to the 1-800 number and it's just not right, and it's easier to have a human on the other that's close.
right, and that's what helps also because I'm from this community or this area, so it helps to know people like Brian, and he knows my numbers. Call me up, I'll take care of you. If I can't, I'll find a way to take care of you.
Yeah.
So,
We've had, hey, I've got a system going off. How do I shut it off?
yep.
Yeah, that's my
We've
favorite
done
call.
that a couple of times.
Just cut the wire.
Have no, don't say that on the air. For those people out there trying to get into my house, don't cut the wire. So,
Oh, that
yes.
just put a whole different spin on the situation, didn't it? Okay,
So yes, I want to make sure we said that. So, and we'll get some contact information. It'll be on the website.
Yes.
Okay, so another pro for having a Vivint system is that we can manage the electricity of our home, right? So is that what this means?
Oh yeah, but
This is what happens when Kendra doesn't read the material.
that's right. So, there's options. Again, go back to automation. So,
Right.
Okay.
Vivint may not offer all of this, but yes, like
Oh,
your
my bad.
lamps. You got the plug-in things that are cool. You can plug them in. It tells you if the light's on or off when you turn it off and on. I got some people that put them on and they're like, "Hey, I'm leaving town, so I switch these 3 lamps off and on."
Right.
I'd have them timered. That way, it looks like somebody's home.
Thermostats.
That's a good
Thermostats will
idea if
help
you leave your garage door open on the weekend too.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to keep everything running.
Yes.
Thermostats will help you on your system, help you save electricity money. So you can,
Like I'm out of town, shut it off. I'll be back in 3 hours. Turn it on.
right, yeah, or you can set it up on a schedule.
Yep.
Too, so.
Right.
Insurance.
I think
I
this
know
is a good deal.
insurance saves you money, but I'm not sure how much. So I think the last time I talked to my insurance agency,
Kevin
he said,
Kinsler?
Kevin Kinsler, he said like $12 a month is what it saves me. So a
Well-
basic system is how much money?
A basic system, starting out, just a basic system is $19.99. Just starting out, just plain Jane, a panel and a couple of sensors. That's what it starts at.
So that can save me $12 a month
Yeah.
on my insurance. It's really almost a
Right.
free system.
Right, exactly. You know, if you think about it, it could pay for itself. All of them are different. I've heard of some of them saving 20%.
Wow.
So,
Really?
you know, it pays to
Others.
find out. So,
I think it goes back to the peace of mind though. I mean, I feel like this is not a tangible savings. I feel like this is more of a peace savings and an inner kind. I don't know the words right now because they're all like fancy, but
right.
I mean it's more about me being comfortable.
That's right.
It's not as much about my bottom dollar. I think this
Right.
time.
I don't mean to get personal with anybody. I've got a lot of single, women and even men.
Are you calling me out?
No, I didn't know you were single. Sorry. It makes, they've got our system because it makes them feel better because, it covers their doors. They can put it on their windows or something and they can monitor that. It's just like you said, it's a peace of mind, whether or not, anything happens to them,
Right.
but at least they have that to, check back on. Even when they're not home, they don't know who's in their house, whatever, but if you have a security system, whether it be mine or anybody's, it makes you feel better. So.
I think about it, like for like my grandmother. I mean, that would have been really a huge help for her a few years ago. Whenever she was a little bit more independent, that would have been a fantastic thing, and that was really not on our radar.
Right, and also, I saw on y'all's list here that kind of leads into your medical stuff. Your grandma, she, say for instance, if she's prone to falling when she's walking or tripping, we have panic pendants up to 300 foot around the house. She could have pushed, if she fell, she could have pushed that panic pendant. Boom, that calls out the ambulance or whoever, and they come out and find her a lot quicker than her laying out there in the cold,
Right.
possibly freezing to death or something. So that kind of rounds out on that.
Right, and again, it's that whole peace of mind and
Yes.
that comfort and giving that extra security above and beyond a
Right.
person-to-person security.
Right, and family members, that would make you make you feel better. That's
Right.
at least they had something extra to rely on.
Absolutely.
And we're back talking about home security and home
We're talking
automation and
Do you leave your keys in the car in the garage, or do you take them inside? What do you do?
I leave them in the car.
Do not take any of their advice.
You know why? Because too many people borrow my car.
Okay, let's be honest. Why do I really keep my key in my Jeep in my
'Cause you'll
garage?
lose it.
It's because I can't find it. Okay. All right. So here we go. And no, here's the deal. My daughter locks her car in the garage and takes her key, and then leaves them everywhere. And my son is the same way. But then there's me. Like I always know where they are.
I do too. I just race out, jump in, and take off.
We're lucky to get the garage door open before you go.
Yes. That's why you have
All
to
right.
have your camera sensors. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, garage door opener.
I need some of those. Okay, so here we are. Your favorite. What is your favorite thing? What is the thing that you really, really value the most about your security system, things that you offer? I'm not saying the right words, so you make it happen.
My most favorite thing personally is the Outdoor Camera Pro. It's new. It's a very crystal clear camera. It covers a wide view, and it's very efficient. It detects people. It does not detect, like our old cameras, it'll detect anything.
Okay.
It'll detect tumbleweeds, dogs, animals, whatever it runs. This one is very efficient because it slows down on the amount of clips that you got, and then it doesn't take up all your memory. It detects people walking up to your house, and it also has a deter factor. Like if somebody's lingering, they're just standing around your vehicle or whatever, it will send off a siren and kind of spook them and scare them away. And
That's awesome.
It will scare you.
Wow.
It just sounds like fun to me.
It can be to sit there and watch somebody jump or something. It's awesome.
Okay, but you're saying that it's not going. So my dog Teddy Roosevelt, he runs up near the camera, and it is not going to detect Teddy Roosevelt.
As long as depends on what size it is, but more than likely no.
Like a Great Dane might get
It possibly would,
noticed, but
yes.
a little
whatever
mutt.
it's
short.
not. No.
That's
That's
awesome.
pretty insane.
It just saves you on the amount, like I said, the amount of clips that you get. Notifications on your phone. Your phone's not going off all the time.
Right.
How about a game
Right.
camera? And it's like ding, ding,
Yes.
ding, ding.
And it takes up all your
I
memory.
got to drive all the way out there to reset
Correct.
the thing.
Yeah.
You did it on purpose.
I know.
It's at this
Yep.
beautiful property. He didn't mind going out there and resetting it. Yeah.
That's all right.
All right. So favorite thing, outdoor camera pro,
Mhm.
and that's new. All right. So if I were going to get started on a home security system, tell me kind of the process of what that would look like.
Well, it all depends. If you want to call in and have them take care of it, or you can call me. Like she said, we'll give you the information. You can call me. I get your information. We give you all the discounts and free stuff that we can, and then I turn you over to my sales associate, and he writes you up, and then we put it on my schedule, and I come out there and install it. You can get what you want at first. If you don't want certain things, we can take it off. If you want more, we can customize when I come out there. It's just really up to the customer.
I like the idea of you or your sales associate are going to come to my house.
No, just me.
Just you, and you're going to look at my house, and we're
Yes.
going to talk about my different options.
Yes.
So you're going to see how I live. You're going to see my crazy kids and my crazy dog, and you're going to say this was best for you. You're going to kind of give me some guidance.
Yes.
Awesome. And you're going to be like, well, we definitely don't want to put the smoke detector too close to the kitchen. That's obvious.
We don't
It's
want
really
to.
not obvious. You really can't
Right.
tell. Anyway, Okay, so I just take the batteries out, so it's fine. So here's the deal.
That's really a help.
We asked you earlier. I don't really, because I really just don't cook. I asked you earlier about the basic price, and the basic price. I don't even want to say it now because as we talked about all these different things, I really don't think that it's about price. I really mean what I said a minute ago. Whenever I think this is more about security of mind, and just having the peace of mind and the security of knowing that I've got a little bit of extra safety. I'm not sure that price is really the important part anymore.
You can't put a price on your family. and
Right.
safety.
Well, I mean,
That's
I was
the main
trying
thing.
to before we started the show.
Right. Your poor family.
It's
I'm not sure how to think about that.
But no, you're right. It's,
Ironically, I can't get them to leave.
well, to buy a home security system, you'll be fine.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get out your contact information real quick. So again, you're Jeramie Johnson.
Yes.
You are, and I'm sorry I laughed earlier. I was just excited somebody got to call themselves a pro. You are a smart home pro
Yes.
with Vivint. So go ahead and give us your contact. I just gave you your card so you could read it yourself. What is your contact information?
My phone number, it's a Utah number, but it does go to me. It's 385-241-0814. Or you can email me, jeramiew.johnson@vivint.com.
Awesome.
Sweet. And you're local. You got family in Woodward. And
Yes.
You've been around Woodward all of your life.
All
I'm
my
assuming.
life.
I remember.
Yes.
And so Ty's here, so we appreciate local. There's so much more. We didn't even touch all the stuff on our list here of stuff you can add to automate your home. And I'm assuming if there's something you do want that Jeramie can't add with his system, he's going to give you the tips and maybe
Yes.
a direction to get that done. And so having a resource like Jeramie and Woodward is fantastic.